YouTube, you get the preview show. You see the guns right here, YouTube. See right there? Bam.
Bam.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, I'm turning this up for you a little bit right here.
Mis amigos y amigas. ¿Qué pasó? Chocolate, jefe.
Been trying to claim things I haven't heard artists, man. Slick breaking out kids.
What's up, Rico?
But keep diving on the tip.
Puerto Rico.
Oh, that Rico ain't no Puerto Rico.
I know that's Rico, but shout out to Puerto Rico.
What's up, Cody? You can tag yourself in the video if you want to, Cody. You know everybody.
Hey, tag, thumbs up, get it out there, people.
You can tag yourself. What's up, Brian Williams? The football with a Dab of Fishing NCAA Week 3. Broadcast live.
Make me get money and platinumize my
Man, this Slick Rick is just like
classic. Classic. I see the boys from the water came on over here. Slick Rick and Dana Stain. What's that? Money Love? Come in with that.
Got the kid like watch your manners since I came out of jail. It's like the planet gone.
We don't make the music, we just play the music, folks. We here.
Trying to claim things I'm honest, man. Slick breaking out just honest, man. What keeps up?
Look at here. You watching football with a Dab of Fishing NCAA Week 3.
Week 3. Hey.
You know what? And you know what else?
What's that? Ain't too many premier matchups in college football. So unless you're just a football fiend, then so be it. Hey, this is the rundown. If you want to see the fishing forecast, go back and watch the NFL show. If you want to see the chocolate chip of the week, a little money saving tip, go watch the NFL show. But this right here,
Fool of the Week is on there.
And the Fool of the Week.
You probably on there.
Who? It's a lot of fools on the week. Hey, also, yeah, we got Ashley on there.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Congratulations to my nephew, Buddy,
Junior,
Chris,
Junior,
CJ,
Junior.
He's in the house, man. Welcome to this world, CJ.
Right.
Congratulations, Ashley and Chris.
He's probably gonna take that baby to his stomach and go fishing with it.
He's like that, bro.
He's like that.
He's like that.
Shout out to nephew Chris and Ashley. Congratulations.
Yeah, happy for the baby. But on this show here, our new element to this show, we're gonna give you high school football first. Get into our big games of the week, and then we're going to have our topic of the week. So, homeboy fishing, you're going to take care of South Carolina. I'm going to take care of Georgia and some other spots here.
If you live somewhere else, if you want to tell your story, teams, just write it in there.
That's true. It's a lot of people out there that got nieces, nephews, nephews, sons. You got, people out there playing football. So, if you want to give a shout out to your high school, give us information or put it on this link.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Rain came to play in Week 3. I mean, Spartanburg High School had it off. Dorman High School had off. Even Burns had off. All anticipation to the next week's big matchup was Spartanburg and Burns. So, but
big.
Bowling Springs supposed to play Dutch Fork. But like I said at the beginning, Rain came to play. And Gaffney they hosted Mallard Creek out of North Carolina.
Charlotte.
And ended up losing 27-20.
You were up in that game, Gaffney.
What happened?
What had happened I don't know.
We don't know.
But the Hefe going to give you Georgia right quick.
Go ahead, run down
matchup last night. It did rain here, man. So, I guess they still was able to get the games in. Excuse me. In the first matchup, you had number 8 Cedar Grove at McEachin. But McEachin survived this one 20-14 over Cedar Grove. You also had number 1 Marietta. They had to make a trip over there to Grayson.
Well, Grayson
didn't go so well. Grayson upset Marietta 28-14.
They did not have any games on TV last night. I was upset. I was flipping.
I don't know.
I'm one of the people with all the channels.
Yep.
And they didn't have
We talked about that cable versus internet.
I got one.
He spent a lot of money. Hefe ain't. Listen, the next game I got is number 2 Colquitt at Valdosta. Man, this one was a good one. It was a shootout, and it ended 50-49. Valdosta beat number 2 Colquitt. So number 1 got beat last night, and number 2 in Georgia. Ooh. The last game we're talking about is our powerhouse in Peace County. 3A powerhouse. They played 6A powerhouse, Houston County. Great game. Peace County got a linebacker that's going to Clemson, and he is a beast. But Houston County got a linebacker that's going to Auburn. And in overtime, Houston County beat Peace County 32-31. But before I wrap up high school, I'm going to talk about Florida high school and my frat brother, Timmy McClain. Shout out to Tim McClain, his son.
Listen, everyone.
Tim McClain Jr. Now, he is a quarterback, class of 2021. Their team is 3-0 this year, and they have beat opponents by the score of 148-0. Listen, this boy is bad. Their team is ranked number 2 in the Florida Sentinel Super 16. All right. He's a sophomore quarterback, a left-handed quarterback with multiple offers across universities. Boston College, Kentucky, Louisville, Toledo, and the U. So in 2 years, this kid has over 2,500 yards in passing, 27 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. So watch out for this kid. I'm expecting big things for him. And again, hey Timmy, man, put a link on his page here, man, so our viewers can see your son do his thing. But just want to give him a little shine today. A little shine today. Bad boy, Timmy McClain Jr.
Tim, you heard it here first. We're giving you names before you even know about them.
That's right.
Straight old school.
Hey, bro, Power 4. No big games on today, but we still got to talk about football.
Oh, man, Power 4. Listen, ain't much change. Ain't much change at all. My number 1 goes to Clemson Tigers. They rolling, but a slip game is coming up. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
My number 2 goes to Alabama, NFL University. We're not saying the best team, but they put the most people in the NFL. My number 3, don't hurt them. Hurt, like Hammer would say, don't hurt them. Because Jalen Hurts, he's slinging that hammer. Bang!
Hold up. You see Rico put the Eagles, baby. Rico,
please.
Wake up. The NFL show was 30 minutes ago.
Look, you know what? He also thought he could be homeboy fishing too. We see what happened. What's up, Primo? Look, everyone, look. Primo. My cousin is watching this. Raulito, right now, we running a special. Our Airbnb, Puerto Rico. Put it out there. If you click on this link, you can say what my family say. You can see the beautiful beaches. You can do everything.
Correct. My cousin Raulito has an Airbnb on the east side of the island where my family is, near the Guabo. It's near a beautiful area called Montecon, right?
Montecon.
Now, check this out, people. He has a special here, so take a look at it. And I told you earlier some chocolate chips, how to save some money. Take that money, take your wife out on vacation here, and get some money back in your pocket.
Yeah, because if you look at it on Airbnb right now.
Shout out to Raulito. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Deuces. Hey, are you done?
No. Don't hit him with the hurt. Oh, man. But my number 14 goes to Justin Fields. Woo, you're in a crash course with Michigan. You're in a crash course with Maryland.
Maryland's
man. But on the outside looking in right now, me personally, is a Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Oh, wow.
You say what you want to say. They playing ball. Shout out to Troy Pride, Terry Pride. That's son number 5. They got him ranked like the top 5 fastest person.
He's a fast cat, bro. We're gonna see if all that speed can help them against Georgia in a couple weeks. Yeah. Hey, here's the Hefes. The Hefes, top 4. Number 4 in reverse order. LSU got my attention, but I'm gonna still stick with Oklahoma. But I like them, and the reason why, because of Hurts. Another playoff appearance should be in the future for Oklahoma.
He's gonna win the Heisman.
I don't know about the Heisman, but he's gonna win the playoff spot. Number 3 is UGA Bulldogs. Murray State got paid, and UGA got the win in 2 weeks. Big time matchup against Notre Dame. Gonna be big time matchup there. Number 2, Alabama. Quickly took care of Mexico State last week. Their schedule's kind of light this year, so they're getting a young D ready for another run at the SEC title. But LSU, it looks pretty darn good, too. That's going to be a heck of a game. And number 1, you know it, them Clemson Tigers. We told you it was going to be a piece of cake against A&M.
It's going to be close.
Beat them down. Next up, Syracuse, folks. And those are our top 4 teams of the day. T. Willie, shout out T. Willie.
I had to call and check on him.
Man, them Pittsburgh fans had them jokers. That Pittsburgh loss had them Pittsburgh fans suicidal.
I know. I had to call Tim Wilkins. He's okay, everyone. If you ever heard from him, he's okay.
Man, hey, bro. Shout out to Tim Wilkins. Glad he's okay, man. Glad, he's okay. So, Tim, Pittsburgh plays a game this week. They play Seattle. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, they start up 0-2 like the Panthers. We shall see. Games of the week. Homeboy Fishing. You put on this. Homeboy Fishing. Games of the week. Here's number 1. Number 2, Alabama at South Carolina Gamecocks.
Woo!
Point spread is 25 and a half point underdogs at home.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! That's what you're going to hear all day, Todd. Look, yeah, them boys come to town. They come to Columbia. But in steps a 4-star quarterback out of Washington. He was the younger brother of Washington State quarterback Tyler Hinckley, who tragically committed suicide. South Carolina took the family in. They moved the whole family to South Carolina to take him away from even, seeing the same thing he did when his brother was there.
You know what, time out. You bring up a really good point. If you got people out there, this on a real tip. If you're struggling from certain things, it could be. So shout out to the family for making a big time move to help that young man.
Yeah. In his first start, they scored 72 points. He was 24-30, 282 passing. But it was against Charles Southern. Well, they're not Alabama. And also, I'm giving you right now my upset of the week also. Carolina Gamecocks win a close one, 28-20. Dwayne Black. The Roll Tide going down today.
Hey.
And cock-a-doodle-doo!
Oh, homeboy. Hold up. Homeboy Fishing is pretty good. Hey, I did see a stat, though, that South Carolina actually has a winning record against Alabama on the road, okay? But the Hefe likes Alabama in this one. And let me tell you why. Remember this time last year, South Carolina was hosting UGA in week 2. We, Homeboy Fishing, Chocolate Hefe, jumped all over South Carolina and pulling off that upset.
He ain't playing this week.
Fast forward, they got destroyed.
Look at
47-17 at home. Let me finish. Bama will put that same type of ass whooping on them Gamecocks today. Bama covers the 25 and a half points on the road. Yeah, they're gonna be saying that stuff here. but Bama gonna put it on them, bro.
Jake Bentley ain't playing.
I understand that, man. But I saw them play against North Carolina, who lost against Wake Forest last night. And South Carolina team is just not ready for big-time football like this. It's going to be another repeat of what happened with Georgia last year. And Homeboy Fishing says otherwise. Next game in the week, number 6, Florida. Going to Kentucky. Kentucky are 9.5-point favorites. Homeboy Fishing.
They're 9.5
point underdog.
You know why?
Why?
They without their star quarterback.
Yep.
They'll have their running back snailing. He's in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Florida line is huge. So it's up to them to lose. It should be a basic game for Florida if they don't put it in the quarterback's hand.
Mm-hmm.
If they run the ball downfield and play
run
first.
Florida's not.
He can. If they try to make him NFL, let the NFL see him. Kentucky can put upset, but I think they'll run a basic format, run it straight down Kentucky. Should be a blowout. 28-10 Florida.
Hey, folks, the Hefe also likes Florida too, and let me tell you why. Homeboy Fishing just took my thunder away. They lost their quarterback Terry Wilson to a knee injury last week. He and Snell a tag team last week to make Kentucky a very good, formidable team. So they lost a big time playmaker. That hurts. Last year was the first time that since 1986 that Kentucky had beat Florida in the swamp. The year before that, Florida survived at Kentucky with a 1-point win. Florida wants revenge, and they will get it. Florida will cover the spread 9.5 points. I like Florida in this one too. Our last game is number 1, Clemson at Syracuse. Number 1, Clemson at Syracuse. Syracuse are 27.5-point underdogs at home. So, Homeboy Fishing.
Look. Number 1, Clemson at Syracuse. All I hear all day at work. Man, Syracuse going to pull it out. Look at it. Last year, Clemson went in overtime. That's when the old boy almost got it.
Chase Bryce came in for Clemson.
Yeah, and won the game, though. But Trevor Lawrence, he was young.
He learned a lesson.
He tried to run over somebody.
In high school.
He only got his back broke. But like I said, this ain't last year. And the Golden Boy, he is the Look, Syracuse got whooped last week by Maryland. 63-20.
Say it again.
63-20.
That's a basketball score.
Look here. Now, in the laws of nature, do anybody know what a terrapin is? A terrapin is a turtle. If a turtle whooped them last week, what do you think a tiger going to do?
Oh,
it's going to be a blowout. 56-10. Clemson Tigers.
All right. So Clemson covers the point spread for you gamblers out there. This is not a gambling show, but it's just a little bit of advice. The FA also likes Clemson too. And let me tell you why. Last week, I told you Hefe picked Syracuse to lose in an upset against Maryland, and Maryland blasted them. Guess what, folks? Clemson is much better than Maryland. Clemson last year is a play Syracuse very close, but they're going to exercise some demons in this one, and they're going to dominate the Orange Man. However, they will not cover the set 27.5 points, but Clemson wins big. Clemson wins big tonight. Now, do you have upset alert? You just picked it earlier.
I picked it earlier. That's not upset alert.
Hey, I have an upset alert. That is number 19, Iowa at Iowa State. Let me tell you why. Iowa cannot let Iowa State hang around, man. Mm-hmm. Iowa State, granted, they've lost the last four to Iowa State lost the last four to Iowa, but it's been close to the last 2 years.
Where is
Iowa State is due. I like the Cyclones winning this one.
Where are they located at?
In Iowa somewhere, man. I mean, because you have they have two major cities. They have Des Moines, Iowa. What's the other major city? I think they're there. I don't know where the other major city is. So anybody smarter than Hefe, just let me know where it is, you know.
Yeah.
I've never been to Iowa, and I have no plans on going.
But you know what? I know somebody who graduated from Iowa State. Miss Laura Matthews. She's my friend on Facebook.
Hey, Laura Matthews, maybe you can help us out because I don't plan on ever visiting Iowa. There's nothing in there that I want to go see. Potatoes? They sell them at Kroger's and Publix. Here we go. Now we're going to get into our HBCU game of the week. Hey, bro, we give it to you all, baby. High school, college, pros. You never know. We might do middle school next year. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But my game of the week is Howard at Hampton in the Chicago Football Classic. Shout out to Tim Wilburn and James Stevenson. He says the Citadel beats Georgia Tech today. We'll see. We'll see. But let's get back to HBCU football. This used to be a premier matchup in the MEAC conference, but Hampton jumped ship to the Big South for a chance at a big payday. So, Hampton, did you get paid? This game features two premier HBCU quarterbacks. Cam Newton's younger brother, Kalen, plays for Howard. And Florida State's former quarterback, Deontay Francois, transferred to Hampton this year. Howard is with first game. Yes, 79-0. Here's a crazy stat I want to point out to you. In that game against Maryland, Maryland had 623 yards, and Howard had 68.
Damn. Hold on. One more time. Say that slow so people can
Maryland had 623 yards of offense, and Howard had 68.
68.
Damn. Now, Hampton is 1-1, but they lost their game last week after beating Elizabeth City in the first game to Virginia Union. Shout out to the CIAA Virginia Union. They beat Hampton last week. This game would be a shootout. Both quarterbacks will have big days. However, I think that Hampton has a little better football team, and they'll find a way to win. Hampton over Howard, 44-40 in the Chicago Classic. There we go. HBCU shout out, folks. Also, Livingstone came in last week to beat Clark Atlanta. All y'all Clark fans out there. Captain Craig told y'all Blue Bears. Blue Bears play Elizabeth City this week. I expect them to go 2-0. Do your thing, Blue Bears. Our next game, and our topic of the week. It's kind of sensitive. A homeboy fishing. He found some information out, so he thought it'd be a good time to talk about it. When is it too early for your kids to play tackle football? So, homeboy fishing, you want to get it started? Or you want me to start?
I'm gonna get it started, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead and throw the hammer because I know you come with a different view of it as me.
Okay. When
is the right time? When your child takes an impact by another kid and gets the knocked out of him and goes down on the ground, and when that other kid reaches down who just extreme violent against him, reached down with his hands to pick him up and hit him on the shoulder and ask him, "Are you all right?" That's turning a boy into a man. I don't care how you look at it. I mean, what are we trying to raise? I mean, we're downplaying the masculinity of the whole being a man about, in my eyes. But who am I? I know who I am. I'm homeboy fishing. You know what? I don't care about what you think. This is about my thoughts. And I was a coach, and I seen it all. One day, a mother came to me and said, "Why my son ain't in the game?" I said, "You ain't watching practice." Next day, his daddy came down. He said, "Why my son ain't in the game?" I said, "Oh, you don't know why? Your wife didn't tell you?" I took 2 little boys out there. I said, "I want you to, we're going to do a tackling drill." He's like, "But he way bigger than my son." I said, "I knew you going to say that." I took one of my little guys. He said, "You better run him over." And that little guy came at him and pretty much almost took his head off. This was a kid who was playing football since he was 5 years old, going against a guy who stepped in at 8U for the first time. And his daddy picked up his son and said, "I'm sorry, coach. I did not know that." The guy became our manager. I mean, look here. This right here is some little stats that's going on right now. I don't live here, but here in Georgia, they boys play tackle football at 5 years old, 4 years old.
Talk to me.
4 and 5 years old. You want to know why the athletes coming out of Georgia? They starting to play tackle at 4 and 5 years old. They teach them how to tackle correctly, and they growing men. But look here. District 6 in South Carolina are taking a step back. The youth league they run, this is my opinion, because I don't care about what you think. The youth league, they have three divisions: Bantam, minors, and majors. Bantam first and second, minors third and fourth, majors fifth and sixth. But the only thing is, it is a flag football league. So that means they do not start tackling until they reach junior high school. Okay? So here go your son out here playing against somebody who's been tackling for at least 7 years. He don't wear that helmet on his head. His neck is thick. And your son's going out there thinking this guy's going to reach him for his waist. This is real deal. That child is going to get hurt. Do not let your son step on that field with these guys who've been playing all their lives, and all your son been playing in his flag up until middle school. He's going to get hurt. District 7, they're a little better. They do ages 6 to 10 competitive. They call it competitive flag football 7-on-7. By calling it competitive, what happened to that chubby guy? Where do he get his fame and glory at? He can't play fast. He can't run fast as them. I mean, they don't start tackle until 11 and 12. There you go. We weak as tissue. But Boiling Springs, right now, they say, forget that. We're tired of losing. Eventually, they're going to come back because they started to tackle at 5 and 8 years old. And, you know, first grade up to the 6th grade, they're playing tackle football. So eventually, time is going to catch up, and Boiling Springs will become the dominant division in there because these kids are going to know what's going on. They're going to already have their athletes in set. Y'all better step up. You know, they got one league, though, they run out of Spartanburg County. It's called the Spartanburg Gators. They do tackle football 7, 9, and 11. I mean, you can bring your kid in there. He can play with a group. Mm-hmm. They do flag football at 5. That gives the kids the fundamental ways of playing before they put on them pads and get their head. You know, it started up in 1997 with roughly 2,000 boys and girls with football and cheerleading. They have won multiple championships. And they recently joined the State Line Youth Football League. And it's called a traveling football team because they're not playing this flag football thing. They travel to Greenville, Kings Mountain, and Clover. Hey, if you want your child to get ready to play tackle football, you need to get in contact. Look at here. You better find Anthony Eli Harris, Marion Holland, Quincy Ballinger, or John Foster. Because don't let your kids step on that field against some boys who've been playing the whole time. They're going to get hurt. What you got to say about it here, fam? I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. And,
I mean, that's real.
And to all our viewers out there, I know we have more people than out of from all over the spot. So he's talking about South Carolina football, specifically the city of Spartanburg.
Yeah.
And he does bring us a good point because football was a rite of passage for us. It was a rite of passage for manhood and stuff, kind of justify that too. And then also, I know a lot of people here, and I don't think too many of us had any major injuries as a football player. But here's my thing. Now, actually, we talked about this subject, something similar to that in our first year of football with the Dab of Fishing. Very sensitive subject to a lot of parents out there, to both men and women. So I apologize in advance for any of the comments that I might say that may offend anyone, because I say some things sometimes that people may not like sometimes, and this is kind of one of those segments. So listen up. There are lots of single moms and non-football dads out there. Let me explain what a non-football dad is. A non-football dad is that guy that was the first one through the banner, running on the football field, and the first one out of the locker room because he didn't have to take a shower after the game because he never played. The other guy is the guy who never played football but wants to live his football dreams through his children. Those are non-football dads. Those single moms and those non-football dads, they say they want to toughen up their child. But in reality, that is just lip service. This is just like boxing a few years ago. Years ago, we've seen the transition where potential heavyweights are now defensive tackles and defensive and tight ends in NFL. Now we're seeing the same move with football. We got everybody's son trying to be the next LeBron James in basketball. Not going to happen. And also playing lacrosse and soccer. Newsflash, people, football has not changed over the last 20 years, especially in Pop Warner.
It's still here.
The team with the most points wins. But what has changed is the science behind concussions and how we raise our children. We played outside. We had cuts, we had stitches, we had bruises, and newsflash, we had concussions when playing football. We turned out all right. I'm still crazy as hell, but I think I'm all right. So whether your son plays football in middle school or elementary school, the chances of them being injured will not go away.
It won't.
In fact, I would argue that if they taught the fundamentals of football correctly at a young age, they would actually avoid most head injuries. Also, to your point, if your son starts playing football in middle school when the kids are bigger, stronger, faster, I would argue that your son has a greater chance of being injured because they don't know the ABCs of football. With Little League, you had weight limits, right?
Right. Big dudes on the line can't run the ball and put a stripe on their head,
which keeps certain body types from having to do in certain positions. So in middle school and high school,
ain't no weight limit.
Get in where you fit in.
They may have a 200-pound running back.
So your fragile little boy that you protected all the time might meet the next Lawrence Taylor in high school, middle school. If he played tackle football as a kid, he might be able to defend himself. If not, good luck.
Because this is practice. That first day of practice, when they give them pass, you know what they say? Mano y mano. Do you know what that means? We need to find out who want to play.
Correct. Who's the man here?
Who's the man here? They call it Oklahoma. There's 2 down linemen, 2 defensive linemen, 1 man standing up, 1 man got the ball. And he say height, it's collision.
Click clack.
It's click clack.
Hey folks, the Hefe is out. That's my comment. Hey, man, we know what this is. You know what it is. You know what it is. And you know this is rocking. This is. You know what it is, folks. Get your kids to tackle football. Quit making these men soft out here, folks.
Hey, you know what? A kid that plays football becomes a coachable kid. And a coachable kid, you know what he becomes?
A man.
And he becomes a worker. He's able to work. If you can't get your kid coached and toughed up,
it's a numbers game, folks.
And also,
how many players on the basketball team?
Yeah.
Football team has 30. All your sons ain't gonna be LeBron James.
Look at my neck. And you get one of them big necks.
And they get burnt out playing that sport. Soccer.
Like I said, this show is not to be replicated, duplicated. Call me daddy, fat sack.
Did I say last week keep your name out somebody's mouth?
Keep your name about your mouth.
Alabama.
Yo,
that's what they be doing last week, folks. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Man, appreciate it.
Hey, we love y'all.
Shout out to AP. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you, JJ. Peace. YouTube. We love y'all. Whoever watching out here.
Listen and learn.
Listen, learn. You know why? Keep your name up out my mouth.
Q's, baby. Q's. Rock the world, baby.
Brian, you touching the screen. You ain't no touch screen, nigga. Oh.